Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be another update for the panning games. This project is a Pantastic Ladies collaboration and it's a fun one. The whole premise of this project was to pick 24 items randomly from a box of 50 items in 30 seconds. And whatever you got was what you were going to pan for the next year. This project started on August 1st and it will go until August 1st of 2019. And I decided to tweak this project for myself a little bit to make it more doable. On August 1st of 2018, I felt completely inundated with all of the projects I was doing, and I couldn't imagine adding 24 more products to what I was working on. So rather than picking 24 items to pan, I decided to choose 24 palettes I had never touched even once from my stash. And my only objective was to use them at least one time during the month. So I've been going through 2 palettes at a time, and I have been using them only a handful of times, unfortunately. I wish I could spend more time on them, but my priority is always whatever's in my Pan That palette. So for the month of December, I had chosen to work on the Too Faced Boudoir Eyes, which looks like this. It's in the old tin one. And here's the inside, kind of a cool toned neutral palette. And I also chose the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette, which looks a lot like the Manny MUA palette collaboration, but on the inside it is all neutrals. And this is what I am wearing on my eyes today. This is my second time using this palette, and I basically did the same exact look both times because it's warm neutrals and I love warm neutrals. So what I did for this look really quickly, I started out with this shade in the middle right here, which is called Buffed. And it looks a little bit washed out in this camera, but it's actually a nice like pinky beige shade that works great in my crease. And I buffed that in my crease. And then I went in with, I think this shade, I'm not sure. I think this shade is called Creased. I put that in my outer V, and then I put this one called Dark Roast on top of it and just kind of deepened my outer V. It doesn't get extremely deep. Even this deepest shade doesn't get like scary deep. And then I put this foiled eyeshadow called In the Spotlight on my inner third of my eyelid and like right in my inner corner. And then I put this other shade called Grandstand. It's another foiled shade right in the center of my eyelid. And that is it. Added liner, mascara, and that's it. On my lower lash line, I put in a different shadow that isn't from this palette. Fun fact, these palettes stick together if you're not careful. Oh yeah. Look at that, they're stuck together. The magnets in these palettes are so strong. I think the Makeup Geek is a really strong one, and they will stick together. I used the Boudoir Eyes palette 2 or 3 times. I kind of stuck with these 2 shades right here and this one, the purpley one. Those 3 were the ones I kept gravitating towards. And I usually use them with my blue eyeliner that I'm working on. Just kind of a pinky, cool tone blue look. And the thing about the blue eyeliner is it can kind of take over a look, and it just turns any look blue if I'm not careful. But I thought this paired nicely with it, and I was glad I was able to use this and still work on my blue eyeliner. This palette has 2 standouts, and I bet you can't guess what they are. Boink, right there. Those 2 foiled eyeshadows are beautiful. They are so good. Even if you don't, I don't think this palette is still available anyways, but even if you were interested in this whole palette, you don't need it. You just need those 2. I would highly recommend In the Spotlight and Grandstand. They're absolutely gorgeous. I did have Grandstand in my Pan That palette for this year, but It is pretty much a dupe for Amber Rush from L'Oreal. So if you have Amber Rush from L'Oreal, you don't need this shadow. They're the same. This In the Spotlight is beautiful, and I still recommend that one to anybody looking for a foiled, shiny, light, peachy, champagne shade. It is just so flattering and beautiful. The rest of the mattes performed well, but they're just kind of matte brown shades that aren't something to write home about. I didn't use these 3 shades at all. It was fun playing with those 2 palettes. I'm not gonna miss those. Some of the other palettes I've had during these month-long try-ons, I'm really like not ready to let go of, and I wanna keep working with them for longer. Like I want more time with them, but my time is up. Those 2 were just so neutral that it's like, okay, like I got neutral. Plus I'm starting out a brand new Pan That palette. So really I'm just zeroing in on that right now, and that's where my interest and attention is. So it's kind of hard to pull me away from my Pan That palette right now. Whereas for August, September, November, December, it was pretty easy to pull me away from my Pan That palette because I was kind of sick of it by then. So it's funny how with the new Pan That palette, my viewpoint has kind of shifted and this project has really gone on the back burner. But it is a new month, which means it is time to pick 2 new palettes to work on from the original 24 that I pulled on August 1st. I have been craving some jewel tone shades, and although my new Pan That palette does have a few nice jewel tone shades in them, I figured I would also add in this Ulta brand Metals 12-piece jewel tone eyeshadow palette. It looks like this on the outside, and on the inside it looks like that. So you have a nice purple, garnet, silver, emerald, sapphire, some nice neutrals. I'm not that excited about this palette, but I want to try it and see if there's some shadows to fall in love with through here. Because I've never tried it, but I need to stay away from buying Ulta makeup. It's generally not the most amazing quality, and I probably have something already that's just as good, if not better, than Ulta makeup. So we'll see how it goes throughout the month once I actually use this. Maybe my opinion will change because there's more color in that, and because I made a big oopsie in my What I Got for Christmas video. In that video, I stated that the Warrior palette is Juvia's Place first neutral palette, because all they've ever made before was colorful eyeshadow palettes. And my friend Elise made a comment like, no, their first neutral palette was the Nubian. And I have the Nubian, and it's in this project. So I decided to pull it out and remind myself of what I have, because I'm a goof. So that was my mistake. But this is the Nubian. It's definitely very warm neutral, almost orangey neutral. But it's gorgeous. And I've never used it, so I'm really excited to play with this and try it out. This shade right here is haunting me. It is so gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to put that all over my eyelids and see how they work. The mattes look like the perfect tone. And yeah, I'm ready for some orangey neutrals again. I took the month of December off from orangey neutrals, but I'm ready. So I will be letting you know how it goes with these 2 during the month. 1 month in these updates, I included like a little eye look that I did, but I don't do that regularly. Let me know in the comments down below if you like me to include an eye look in these videos or in a separate video, or if it's just like, no, just keep the updates going. I don't know. Let me know what you guys like. I'm never sure if I should, like, when I was doing this makeup today, I was like, oh, maybe I should tape it and include a little clip of me applying the Makeup Geek shadows from In the Nude, and then I was like, I don't know. I don't know if people like that or not. I don't know. All right, guys, that is it for this update. Another month with 2 new palettes that I'm going to try out for the first time ever and form an opinion on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. I know it's so bright. Mario. Mario. What you got there, Mario?
Dice.
Nice. Nice dice, Mario. Mario.
Uncle. Oh, I call the dice
Where's Luigi?
as house.
At his house? You're so silly. You're goof.